Hi, good morning. How are you?
All good, Dr. Haider. How are you? It's good to
I'm
see you.
fine. Am I audible?
Yes, yes, we can hear you.
Visible?
Yes, you're looking good.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Super. Great. Um, Greetings to all our friends joined from different part of the world. I was hearing someone from Trinidad and Tobago. We have a friend from Baltic states called Lithuania, Estonia. We have other friends from Bangladesh, Malaysia, Africa, Canada, and many more. Welcome. Well, we'll make it very precise and very simple. Let me tell what Business Summit does. Very simple. Three things that we do, three business that we accelerate, we help. But there is a story about this. You want to hear the story, how we started helping people on this forum? I think the story is known to many because so many of our friends are working with us so long time, especially my sister Sabrina, who is known to me for a long time and been part of this journey when we started the first summit in Kuala Lumpur. I can see my friend Saladin from US. He's originally a man from Trinidad, from Guyana, the country which will be the richest country, I hope, in the world soon, as they keep extracting their wild resources and build up another other infrastructure. So I can see it very, the richest country, small population, but big country, 20 over billion barrels of oil discovered and whatnot. So that's something exciting. Well, about the journey, what I was saying, we started helping people, helping friends, basically. One day, one of my friends was asking me, he was very, he's a big man, he's a billionaire, but he had some financial needs because he was building a hotel in Africa, is five-star hotel sorts. And he was investing his own money, and at one point he was saying, oh, my money, I have a bit of a financial stress because my hotel is taking a bit longer time, and we changed the design, and it will be costing me more than $400 million. It's close to $500 million. It's a 7-star hotel, I would say. So he said that I'm looking for funding or an equity partner. Can you find out somebody from your friends? So I started calling a couple of guys and found out somebody from Switzerland, a friend of mine from Europe. And I told him, if you are interested to invest into this hotel project. He said, yeah, sure, I can look at it. So what I did is, we made a meeting in a common place in Europe, and then they talked to each other, and both were my friends. They knew already each other, but they did not know that this guy, the owner of the hotel, can speak to this man for investment. But I did the matching, I invited both of them on the table, and then they discussed in front of me. I was relaxing and having my own coffee. They kept on talking, and got the data and shared the information. And they decided that in 7 days, they will bring both their team to technical team, financial team, management team to analyze everything. So that's how it started. And the hotel was, my friend was funded by another friend. And then it was a help. But end of the day, my friend came back and said that since you helped me out to give this amount of money, over $100 million, I want to reward you with something. I said, it's up to you, because as a friend, I just helped. So he said, no, you spend your own money and travel to Europe and, connected me and so on. Better this is an amount that I want to give you. I said, it's up to you. If you want to give something, is fine. If you do not want to give, you're a great friend. So I'm happy to help you on that. but he paid a certain amount of money. So it clicked my mind. Oh, many of my friends, they need money probably, but they're not saying because they're probably feeling uneasy to disclose this fact. So what I did is I sent a text message to a couple of my friends that I know that doing large projects. Then some of them responded, oh yeah, I'm looking for funding and all those kind of things and partners and so on. Then I sent a message to a couple of my friends, those who have money and they're funders. One of them I will name. You know this Pandora, Pandora, the Pandora, the jewelry, the global jewelry producer, and every mall you go, everywhere in this city, every city you go in the world, you will find a Pandora jewelry shop. That's one of the largest company in the world for jewelry. So one of the director of Pandora, he's a friend of mine, and his net worth is quite a lot. I think $4+ billion. And I spoke to him in Bangkok, and he said, "Yeah, if you have projects, I can definitely look at it." So I introduced one or two friends from another country, and deal started clicking. And that gave me an idea that, oh, it needs to be in a bigger canvas. So decided to bring a couple of friends, invite over 100 friends in Kuala Lumpur, and Sabrina, my sister, she remembers them. In Kuala Lumpur, I invited about 130 of my friends from all around the world. And it was my utter surprise. I expected basically 50 to 70 of them, but I got about 130 plus of my friends from 70 over countries that joined with my invitation. And it was a tremendous success. It was a very successful program, and 5 deals were closed on the spot, and days we presented 10, 12 projects, and most of them were funded. Most of them got some kind of connections. So that gave me a lot of energy and encouragement. And some of my friends were calling that, oh, you invited him, but not me. You invited her, but not me. So I said, hold on, my friend. If you are so keen, join next year. We will be having the same summit, same time, same venue next year. So we immediately booked the Intercontinental Grand Ballroom and held the 2018 summit also in the Intercontinental and same place. This time I invited 250 friends from all around the world. And tell me, how many of you think that joined? What do you think, the amount of people? It's a surprising amount. You can mention it in the chat box. 235 out of 250 made it happen. It was a mammoth success, and 2 presidents from 2 countries, several ministers, and the government of Malaysia, different government even came up as a project owner, not as the president or as the minister. No, we don't invite anybody to just show up as a president. We invite as a client, a country as a client, a prime minister or a president as a client, because he comes or she comes and presents his project or her projects for funding. He is looking for investors. So we had tremendous success on that. And we closed in 2019. It was in October 2018, we had our summit. And in 2019, we closed 7 deals. Look at the numbers. And then, excuse me. So then 2020, we booked Sofitel Hotel in Bangkok, and I was trying to bring 300 of my friends into this place. It's unique. It's nothing official, and it's in the ballroom. Everybody is sitting, relaxing, having coffee, having tea, and we present 10, 15 projects and in the wide screen they see that it's like a stock exchange. I'm sure you're all familiar with in the stock market. So you relax and see what we are showing, which project, and the investors are just sitting and saying, oh, okay, this one I like, this project, I want to talk to the owner of this project, this is a fantastic project, I like this one, this one. And that time we were only treating those projects which are ready to go, which are in need of money for expansion, which are in need of money to complete the project. 90% done, 10% he has cash flow problem, and then we connect some investors. So these investors are also making a lot of progress because they get a ready to go project. So the way we say it is food on the platter. It's the lowest hanging fruits. An investor, if he needs to invest in a project from in greenfield, it takes 5-7 years to implement the project and get the return. I'm sure you all will agree. But what project we bring on the table for the investor is something ready to go, like the fruits on the platter that you can just pick and eat. So some of the projects, even the investors, they invested. We got an investor to invest in a project in Liberia and Sierra Leone. That project was earning money already. So the investor bought the couple of the volume of shares to make money from day one. The day he was investing, next day he got some profit already. So that was the kind of things. So since then, due to the pandemic, we did not manage to hold any summit until December 2021. Last year, we had a summit in Canada, in Toronto, where we had in Hilton Hotel, where we had 56 people joined physically, because the government and the hotel authority did not allow us to invite more than 50. So still there was 56. And we had about 150 guests online in the Zoom. It was a hybrid program. So look at this progress. And during this time of pandemic, we have been supporting friends to expand, getting afloat, and close deals. So what do we do in a short form is we arrange funding for your up and running projects, or if there is an expansion project, or you want to exit, merger, acquisition, and debt and equity funding. Very straightforward. Starting from $5 million up to $30 billion is our limit. We have partners in the US, in the UK, that has got exposure of over $300 billion of funding in different countries, 80 over countries. They're all world's top 20 investment banker and funders. That's number one. We help business expansion for group of companies like, I cannot name everyone. Some of them we have signed NDA. So some of the large corporation, even some of the governmental institutions. We are currently helping Bangladesh government to source out some of the resources that they are looking for. This far I can say, I cannot just disclose. I have the authorization from the Office of the Prime Minister to support them to get some resources with another country. So that's a kind of a G2G, but we are playing a role. We are authorized to close this deal with another country, another government that we know of, that we are very close to. And we have our relationship over 151 countries like this in the world. So literally in any corner of the world, you need a connections, you need an expansion assistance. We are here to help you. Number three, we do lobbying. You have a problem with a government to get your, or with a private company to get your money back, or to get your business sorted out, and you do not want to go for a legal procedure, because if you are going for cross-border legal procedure, that takes a long time, that costs you money. where we have some political connections and administrative connections, diplomatic connections, where we can help you to get this sorted out and get you access to the politicians in the respective countries. So these are the three things we do. I'm sorry, I'm making you bored probably. Now, I'd like to hear from friends, those who are here. If you have a project, please pop in and say what project you have and what money do you need. We are ready to give you the money right away. Thank you.
I have a question. You did mention that these investors like to deal with projects that are ready to go. So I'm guessing you mean like if there's something that's in progress already that just requires expansion, is that the only way the investors invest, or if we're talking about projects from scratch, do they go for that or not really?
Well, good question. Thank you. No, our investors are not only looking at the up and running projects. They do fund greenfield projects as well, depending on the capability of the promoter of these greenfield projects. If you have an existing project and you are just going for something else, definitely. But if it is a student, or if it is a man who is employed and just starting, if it is a startup, bit difficult. Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Understood.
What project anyone else has? So where is your project, the Supply Solutions Limited? Where is your project, in Trinidad, Tobago, or in Guyana?
Well, we do have a project that we want a card for Guyana. Okay. There are also a few projects in Trinidad, and there's one in Tobago. So there are 4 different opportunities right now. One which has the potential to be government to government as well. But I don't know if it is possible that those discussions could be held in a more private forum.
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely. Sure. I just want to know one or two things, if you have no objections. You don't need to disclose the facts in details. What is the size of this project? Like, what kind of funding you need? I mean, how many millions, or what is the value of these projects? One of them, or two of them, or all of them?
All right. Well, for instance, I can give you an example of at least one of the projects right now in Trinidad. We have a relatively mature energy sector, right? Okay. And Guyana's energy sector is picking up at a tremendous rate, and Paramaribo in Suriname also just found 30 billion barrels. This means that there's going to be an uptick of drilling in the region. Now, one of the problems is that while the energy sector is expanding, the service sector is not expanding to meet it. So it's almost a limiting factor right now. And one of the things is that when rigs have to change over from one contract to another, it's a very lengthy process because they have to do it offshore, which means all your logistics for load out, all your logistics for everything has to be done offshore. That makes it very expensive and also makes it take longer. And in the energy sector, time windows tend to be very small, which means that you may have operators going into liquidated damages very often as a result of that process. So if a facility were to exist where these rigs can come quayside, and the service vessels could come quayside, then there's an opportunity for all the load out and logistics to be done basically on land. It saves them time, it saves them money, it saves them a lot of things, because right now they're just millions of dollars given away outside there, because literally just to transport men, to transport food, to transport anything that has to go to the rig, everything has to be done via ship. And it's an extremely expensive process. So if you find a way to cut all that out and you can find the value add, I know for sure they'll be buying from all the operators, in the region, especially because no facility like that really exists. We have one facility in Trinidad called Shad Terms. They have 100-ton capability, but they are the only dock that has that capability. So they are often very difficult to deal with. Now, if we had an alternative option where these guys can also have loadout, warehousing capabilities, hotel capabilities, catering capabilities, and you provide all these things as an option, it allows the rigs to run a leaner operation during that changeout. So the buy-in is there, and there's a facility in Trinidad right now that can come up for grabs. I don't want to name the facility, but this facility is on the way there. And with some restructuring of that organization, it can be extremely profitable because it's one of the only facilities of its kind in the region right now. So, I mean, investment for that could be anywhere around 80 to 100 million. But the returns on that will be tremendous. And I have a whole structure on how it can be achieved in a lean way with the least amount of overheads and still maintain a very profitable operation.
Excellent. I am fully aware of these opportunities. We have a company in Guyana as well that we formed last year, and we are member of Georgetown Chamber, and we are member of Canada Guyana Chamber as well, and very active. I'm also the chairman of a subcommittee within Georgetown Chamber. And last year when we had this summit, President Ali confirmed that he would join, but he could not join because he had a press briefing the same day we had our summit, and he authorized Energy Minister Bikram Bharat, who joined the summit and spoke a very long time. And I do maintain a very good relationship with Finance Minister Dr. Roshni and Dr. Peter Ramsaru from Go Invest, the Minister of Infrastructure is a very close friend of mine, Minister of Foreign Affairs, and so many others. I'm fully aware of this development on a daily basis because we are also closely working with the High Commissioner of Canada and Trade Commissioner and whole Canadian mission in Guyana. And we are fully aware, and a lot of projects are coming on a daily basis to us. And this is something very interesting, absolutely interesting. And I'd appreciate if you can connect with us directly. Lima, please give him the contact number, WhatsApp number, so that we can immediately start discussion. I know the cultural difficulties for the TNT companies to get in now because they want everything local content. We are also registered with the CLBD, Center for Local CLDVs, Local Development. We are also there, so we get every notice they are issuing for the tenders and so on. I see every day there is something new coming up. I'm very, very well aware of these opportunities. And yes, we are currently considering also funding a couple of companies in Guyana as well, which are multi-million dollars projects. And with even the government, we are also working for a multi-billion dollars project to be funded. So we have a very strong focus on that. We'll be very glad to help you and work with you on this project for sure. So please be in touch with us, and then we have a private discussion in the coming week, and we take it from there. How is it?
No, that sounds tremendous. I mean, I didn't expect such a warm welcome. I mean, that sounds tremendous. Because I mean, I have other projects to discuss as well, but we can discuss those privately.
Absolutely, that's fine. Super.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for the information and your interest on that. Okay, we have any other friends that needs money, that needs connections, that needs business association globally? Anyone needs any support that want to know, that has a question, that don't feel like shy and and hesitant. You
Hello,
need.
good evening. Yes, I am looking to seek funds, and I'm also looking for connections in the automobile or heavy engineering, robotics, consumer electronics, and renewable energy industry space. So, would be really happy to have some connections forwarded across to me.
Thank you. Madam, if you can tell your name and where are you speaking from, then it would
I'm
be
Sheba Pathak. I'm dialing in from Mumbai, India.
fantastic. Thank you so much for joining, and thanks for raising the questions. Yes. Are you in business already for a while, or you are just starting?
Yes, so it's around 2 years old. It's a management and consulting startup which is into sustainable supply chain planning and operations excellence for profitability improvement. And these are the targeted industries that we work upon.
Super. India is a big country, and we receive every day at least 5-10 projects requests. We are receiving, even yesterday we were talking to India even in the evening for an airline funding, for a healthcare project funding, for an automobile industry. They want EV, electric vehicle manufacturing funding. They're already manufacturing. They want to go for expansion. Yes, definitely. I think in public we should not discuss about your project in details until unless you want. But how many projects you have in hand, Ms. Shiva?
At the moment, two of them.
Okay. And what is the combined valuation of this project that you need funding for? What kind of?
Oh, okay. So these are client projects, but I basically need funds for paying up salaries and carrying out day-to-day operations. Predominantly, those are the reasons for the funds that I'm seeking.
Okay, so you are seeking fund, or your client is seeking fund?
No, I am seeking funds. I also have a client who's looking for investment, and he's into the smart battery manufacturing for electric vehicles.
That could be a tremendous amount of business, and you don't need funding. With all due respect, I think the funding you need, that it will be probably very small, and we might have difficulties to find out such a smaller funding programs. But we can speak to some of our Indian friends, those who are local funder, and they fund this kind of initiatives. We can connect you with that probably.
That would be lovely. Thank you so much.
Yeah, sure.
How can we stay connected? How do I go ahead with the next steps?
Miss Lima, can you please give her our number, and she can contact on WhatsApp and email as well. Send us an email and WhatsApp us, and then we will line you up we'll discuss further one-to-one, and then see how we can help you. And about your client's project, please keep the deck, keep the presentation, or keep the project summary fully ready to go, so that we can analyze that and give you an answer. Probably one deal that as a channel partner, we can also consider you as a channel partner in India, in Mumbai, and then you can probably close one or two deals, and then that would be your capital to cover your cost as a consultant. I think we have done it for many of our friends in different countries, and they don't need funding on their own, because we closed deals that gave them already the money they need to sustain and continue and grow their business. You are there, Ms. Pathak?
Yes, I didn't realize I was on mute.
Okay, no worries. So please send your details to us in the chat, also to Miss Lima or Mr. Abhishek. You can send them directly, or they will also send you our contact details. Mr. Abhi, can you take it up, please?
Okay.
Sure, Doctor.
Thank you very much. I can see many of our friends are raising hand. Mr. Aminul Rashid,
yes,
and there is Mr. Divine. Please hold on, Miss or Mr. I don't understand. I don't see the picture, but Mr. Rashid, I would give you the floor. Please proceed.
Thank you. My business is actually amusement park solution provision to the local clients.
and then we have waste management solution, and we are coming up with new product line for concrete building products, like alternative bricks and this thing. This is my ongoing projects, and we pursue some business with our clients who also ask for financing that project. So we have two aspects. For my own running business, I need small amount of money for my own operation, and my client project that needs is a good amount. So I need your suggestion how to proceed with that.
Okay, thank you so much. Question one is for your business, it's almost the same thing that the lady from Mumbai was talking. So she's also a consultant, and she has her own requirement and the client's requirement. So you are in the same boat.
Yeah.
Number one, my question will be, what is your personal requirement? How much money you need? Because these are all, if it is a smaller amount, less than $5 million, then we will have to connect you with one of the Bangladeshi companies or an individual to fund you.
Okay.
They will get engaged with you directly. We will get you sitting on board with them.
Okay. For my own operation, my amount is very, very small. It's around 200 or 250, 100,000. This is so small. It's
okay,
not even a million.
Okay.
Dollar, yes. And
Okay.
for my client project, they have not correctly figured out the amount, but I assume that would be $50 million plus something like that.
Okay, that's good. In the waste management side, or
No, that is waste management side. We are also pursuing with them, but that is a separate project. But the project I'm actually discussing is a amusement park solution, international class amusement park for my client.
okay, that's fantastic. In Dhaka or anywhere else?
Yes, it's Dhaka, and this is managed by Bangladesh Army.
Oh, okay. So they want to do the partnership with the army and
Yes.
take it over and do the management.
Yes.
And they improvise. They want to add up a lot of rides
Yes.
and equipment.
Correct.
That's a good project. Is it making some revenue right now?
No, not yet, but I believe it has a huge prospect.
So the army
Yes.
is basically giving the land, if I understand
Yes,
correctly.
yes, correct. You are right.
Okay. So he has to build the facilities and all
Yes,
those on a kind of a leasehold for a long term.
correct.
Okay.
Exactly.
Please get in touch with us. Mr. Avi will give you the details, contact details, and you can kindly contact us, and we will get engaged and see. We'll try to know more. But please collect all the information if there is a business plan for this project.
Yes.
And we are more interested also on waste management, because in Bangladesh, every district, even every city, all the major cities, they need the waste management plan. But it has been a talk for a long time, and we have already a partner that we are working right now with Bangladesh. And they
Okay.
have given a projection that they need $12 billion to do, I think, a few cities like Dhaka, Brahmanbaria, Kumilla,
Okay.
Mymensingh, and a few others. I think 4 or 5 cities they want to do, and they need $12 billion to do this. We are already engaged. We are
Okay.
already signed in.
Okay.
And, so your project, like if your client is the one that has got the permission from the government to set up this waste management plan, and also got the power intake, like he will definitely be generating energy from there, and it has, under the current situation, the government will be willing to sign right away today if you can supply energy, if your client can supply
Yes.
the power, electricity to the government, which is generated from the west. So it is helping
Already two project has been signed, so far I know, by the municipal authority of Dhaka for generating power of somewhere around 3,000 megawatts something. No, 60 megawatts something from 3,000 tons of waste every day.
Super. And your client is one of them?
Not really. My core product is municipal solid waste connection through vacuum technology. My partner is from Sweden. They are the inventor of the technology, and that they are global leader. That is my core, approach. And we have every solution on the waste management side. I have other partners also.
Okay, fantastic. So if you want to do a project like this, we are very keen because there are a lot of money available on the clean energy and waste management as well. So many of the investors are keen. Many of our partners are willing to invest billions. So if you have projects and if you have governmental permissions, there is no shortage of funding. This is what I can tell you.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Thank you.
let's have a separate call and discuss in details.
So how to proceed further on this?
In the chat box, Mr. Avi will give the email ID and the WhatsApp number, and at the same time, Miss Lima will be also contacting you. She has your details because you have registered and we have your data. We have your contact details at least.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Now, Mr. or Miss Divine, please speak out.
Hi, sorry. Hi, Dr. Haider.
Yeah.
Yes. Hi, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good. I just wanted to, because this is my first time joining the Business Summit event, and I just wanted to find out a little bit about the kind of projects that you guys invest in. At the moment, I started my company as a digital business manager where I outsource talent from West Africa, outsource female talent from West Africa, and I train them on how to be digital business managers, project managers, account managers, bookkeepers, digital marketers, and then provide job opportunities for them as the business grows. So I am looking for funding to help with the training and the outsourcing sector of the business. So I wanted to know if that's something that you guys genuinely invest in, or is it more in a separate field?
That's something interesting. Thank you, Divine. I do now recognize you. How are you?
Yes, I'm good.
After December, probably. This is the first time.
Yes.
After January, we lost our contact. So it has been a pleasure to see you. And thanks that you have started your own business. And congratulations. I hope that you will do very well. You're a very capable person. What I saw a couple of times that we met from our office and in the summit. And you were a great energy in the summit, of course. You played a big role, and we do appreciate that.
Thank you so much.
In terms of your business, definitely it's a very good business. That HR development is something very interesting. And as you could hear from our friend, I had a similar project for Guyana, because Guyana has a big problem. Even some of the West African countries. I was in Ghana last month, and in Tanzania as well, and in Ethiopia. And some of these wild risk countries like Nigeria, Ghana, and Tanzania, Uganda in the eastern side, and in the Southern American side in Caribbean, like Guyana, Suriname, all these countries are getting billions of barrels of oil, and they don't have human resources. Every day they are crying for human resources right now. And they're urging the Guyanese to go back from even Canada. There are 70,000 Guyanese living here in Canada, and then they want them to go back to their own country and take up the jobs and do business. And they have a lot of requirement. I think this is something that we can even partner with you. I'll be very keen to partner on this, because my mission to Guyana was initiated like this. The government was very keen to have our expertise to develop their own human resources. What you said, on all these expertise they wanted to develop, and they wanted us to develop. In fact, they have a big money, $100 million US allocated by President last year to develop their human resources. So I think you are a kind of a done deal. So be in touch. I hope that you have my number and my email ID.
Yeah, I think it's posted in the chat, but I just wanted to know if that's the right number or.
Mr. Avi, can you give her give her my number once again, and then she can be in touch. We can have a coffee soon, because you are in the vicinity, in the same city where I am right now. So
Okay, perfect.
we can have a discussion and see how we can accelerate these things. You are in the right directions right now. Thanks for joining, and thanks for telling me that you are doing this. Congratulations
Thank
once
you.
again. We'll be
Awesome.
talking.
I'll connect with you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, just connect and knock me as soon as possible. Thank you very much.
Perfect. Thank you.
I see another friend from Kiria, Mr. Kiria Joel.
Thank you so much.
Uddipan Healthcare, can you mute yourself? Can you mute Uddipan, Mr. Adi?
Yes, I have muted now. Let me try to.
Yeah, you can proceed on, Mr. Kiria.
Am I now done clear?
Little unclear. Where are you calling from?
It's very unclear. I cannot hear.
Oh, can you get me now?
Not really. You sound very bad. Terrible, I think. Okay, I think we should move to the next one. Maybe Mr. Kiria can just join again.
Yeah, I think he should get out and join again. Sorry for the interruption. That's all.
Sure. Yeah, he went
Anyone
out.
else? We have someone else to speak? Any question? So nobody needs money. Interesting. Because today's session is just a direct session. This is the first time that we are saying, you need money, we have money. That's what we are talking. So we connect you with we get you the funding. So that's dedicated for funding programs that we have right now in place. And of course, other usual business communities that Business Summit is creating. But today we will finish the session in next 15 minutes or so, 15, 18 minutes. So if I can see there is another person, Mr. Famous Chucks. If you can tell where are you from and give your identity kindly.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes,
Good
Yes.
day, everyone.
good day.
Okay, good day, Dr. My name is Famous. I'm calling from Nigeria. Can you hear me?
Welcome, welcome. Please proceed on. Thank you. Yeah, Nigeria, great Nigeria, the largest economy in Africa. Yes.
Thank you. That's awesome. Thank
I
you
would
for
say the
the
tiger of Africa with so much of oil and resources in the whole country and human resources as well.
wow. That's great. Thank you.
Oga, famous Oga.
Okay. I have. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, I have a digital marketing agency that I'm currently working on. Since I just want to find out if you
It's terrible.
uh,
We can't hear you properly.
hear me.
The internet
Hear
problem
me
all
now?
over Africa. This is the problem.
Probably, Chucks, you could type it all out in the chat
Uh-huh.
box. There's a lot of disturbance from your end.
Yes.
We might go back to Mr. Kiria.
Am I loud now?
It's all same. You can give it a try. It's the internet problem in Africa, all over Africa. We are trying to solve this problem. We have solved it in Liberia and Sierra Leone, and we are trying to solve it in Nigeria right now. Lima, please give him the contact details, and he can contact us by email, or we can arrange a one-to-one call. Probably we are not listening, we're not hearing you very well. This time the line is even worse. Sorry for that. Mr. Kiria. And how about Mr. Famous? How is your line now?
Okay. Is it better now? Can you hear me?
Yes. Better. Go ahead, please.
Okay. Yeah. I was saying I have a business startup in digital marketing, and I wanted to find out if you are funding such a small business, or whether I could network with local investors around Nigeria or Africa.
Yes, that's a good question. Yes, if it is a smaller money, then we will try to, we cannot promise, but we will try to connect you with some of our Nigerian friends. We work with a lot of Nigerian partners and African partners. We can definitely connect you. Which state you are from? You are based in Lagos, Abuja, or any other city?
Worry.
Wow, the line is bad. So please contact us later on the direct channel. For now, Mr. Avi, can you mute our friend, Mr. Famous, please? Thank you.
Sure.
Sorry about that, but Mr. Wagani, is it Mr. or Miss? I don't know. I don't see the picture.
Hi.
Hello.
It's a male. I'm Robin Omwega.
From?
I've been on this forum sometime before, early on when it was beginning during COVID.
Great, thank you. Where are you from?
Yes,
Robin?
and I'm currently in Nairobi, Kenya.
Okay, you're from Kenya. Habari gani?
Yes. Nzuri sana, habari yako. That's nice.
Asante sana.
Yeah, karibu sana.
Jambo. Thank you.
Jambo. So I know about the platform, the website, and I've been planning to pay to be a paying member so that I put up. We have a project that will help farmers to convert their farmers have wealth, but they don't know how to financialize it so that they can grow. So we'll use, we already have developers, we'll use blockchain and all the technology that come with the blockchain in order to make sure farmers are able to earn by planting trees, and also in order to grow, as in they need to have what I call generational wealth. And in doing that, I'll definitely, or we will, I'm not a single man, it's not a one-man team. We will need people to support us financially so that we can grow, win-win situation. And yes, I'll be paying the basic entry for, I think it was 200. I don't know if it has increased on the businesssummit.net, and then put up the project, and then we can move on from there. Probably in about a month's time, once I have some funds ready.
You are most welcome. Mr. Avi will help you definitely. Mr. Avi, please take it up with friend Wagni, and we definitely help him what he's looking for. We are fully aware of your project. We are definitely.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yes, sure. And a lot can be done right now. You know, the world needs food and agriculture products right away. We have buyers from a country that are looking for food security. You know, they're looking for a couple of products like maize, corn, and wheat. All those kind of things they're looking for. And you are in the right place because you are in the East African border, like Mombasa port.
Luckily, I work between Kenya and Tanzania, and Tanzania has a lot of arable land that can be used for mass production of anything you want.
Absolutely. I was there last month, so I spent 2 weeks. I was in Dar for 2 weeks.
Karibu sana, you're welcome.
Asante. But I missed Nairobi. Nairobi, you know, I I've been to Nairobi more than 100 times probably. And
Oh,
yeah, so that's why I'm
okay.
half Kenyan in my mind. So,
I don't even know what to say. My words, I don't know what to say. Yeah.
it's been a long time. 2002, I went first time.
Oh,
That was my entry point into Africa, and that's how I traveled more than 40 over countries in Africa right now. I mean,
okay.
to date.
Okay. Nairobi has grown quite a bit now.
Yeah, I was there before COVID in 2019. So I have
Yeah.
seen what you have done. I mean, a lot of things had changed
Yes.
back from that time. Honorable Karume was my godfather, and
Oh,
so he passed away, and he was a
yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
I used to live in his house.
Ah,
All the time.
wow. You are Kenyan. You are Kenyan.
Sawa.
Asante.
Karibu sana. So we'll be in touch. We know you, and Mr. Abhishek will be in communication with you, and you should go ahead with fullest speed right now. If you are in agriculture
Okay.
business, any sort of agriculture business, this is the time to boost it up.
Yes.
And,
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
You should boost
Okay.
it up and make
I
money.
think I'll post my email and then we can continue.
Yeah, help the world to get some food, because Ukraine and Russian war has created disaster.
That was, they stiffed us, by the way.
Yeah, this is a blessing for you guys. That's what I told President Kikwete as well. He's my friend, and he's my godfather in Tanzania, as you know, and then the current lady, and
Nice. He's a good man.
he's a great leader for Africa.
Yes.
Yeah. He's like my my close. I mean, like my brother. So we are brothers. And
Safi sana. Karibu tena. Karibu sana. Yani, I'm happy.
thank you, asante. So thank you so much, Mr. Wagini. We will be in touch. Mr. Avi will be in touch, and you be in touch, and see how we can take you to the next step. We definitely want you to play a role in this situation.
Sawa. Thank you.
Asante. Anyone else? We are almost finishing. In the next 8 minutes, we'll need to close this meeting today. We can see some friends, our team member and friend from Switzerland, Oksana Kosenko. Oksana, you want to say something about yourself? And I can see Brother Salaudin. But you left without meeting me, without having a coffee. So your coffee is crying here in Toronto. And that's how I will be penalizing you with a couple of lunch and dinners when I visit you in your place. Any more question? Any more projects, business that needs assistance, expansion? How are you, Mr. Ruta? Ken Ruta?
Yeah, I'm doing good. There we go. Yeah.
It was a pleasure meeting you in our summit in Toronto last year, and you have been nice and kind that you have been joining our webinar also regularly. But we would be very glad to do some business, or we'd be very glad to connect you with some of the businesses that are in your line of business.
Yes.
So if you tell us a little bit about your business, because there are a lot of people showing interest in doing business with Canadian individual and Canadian companies, where we need some of our good friends that we know of, like we know you and we know Sunil, and you came through Sunil. So you are a kind of a known devil. That's how I say. A known devil is better than unknown saint. So you are a known friend. So I would be very happy to get you connected and get you some business happening and money made, revenue generated, if I can help you with our humble efforts.
Yes, I farm in Manitoba, which is halfway across Canada, the middle of Canada. And this year I'll be growing wheat, sunflowers, yellow mustard, soybeans, and canola. And, and I've grown, a dozen other different crops over the years. You don't grow them all every year, but, and involved with some real estate investing as well. And I missed actually the first half hour today because I also coach a ladies curling team, a junior ladies curling team. And so we had a team meeting this morning, and I was hoping the times yesterday they moved theirs ahead by an hour. So, okay. So anyway, but yeah, would love to connect with somebody interested in the agricultural aspects of doing business.
I have somebody that want to buy all your products, these agriculture products. I have a buyer, direct buyer. I can make you seated directly on the table that are looking for all these, what you said, wheat, maize, corn, and mustard seeds and all those, if you have the sunflowers. Again.
Yeah. A lot of them I've got contracted for this year already, but there's surplus production, that's over and above contract. Well, then we'll see where we go with it. So,
well, I think we have your details. We will be contacting you and getting you connected to one of these buyers that has been on my head. He was there in Africa to sort out these things as well with me.
And I have been to Toronto a couple times, since December, and I tried to connect with your office, but just never was able to. Anyway, meet you in person, but we'd love to do that someday too. So,
sure, we'll
see you again.
If you are in Toronto, please give me a buzz, because most of the time I'm not here. That's an issue. So, before you are here, if you can give me a buzz or send me a text, is always better. That you can send me a text and say that you are coming on that day, then probably we can figure out a meeting and we can have a coffee.
Yeah.
How are you, Mr. Victor? Yeah, thank you, Mr. Reuter. We will be talking. This is very serious. The people need food, and people need seeds and to produce oil and so on. And we have direct buyer. We can connect you with that. For sure. Let's look forward. I will look forward to see you in Toronto. In case if I'm in Manitoba for a vacation, I will definitely inform you. I have your card I do remember. Thank you very much for joining, and look forward.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you. Mr. Victor from South Africa.
Good afternoon. It's good to see that there's such a great attendance today. It's fantastic to be with all our friends all over the world. Dr. Haider, you're doing a fantastic job in mentoring people, connecting people, encouraging people. This is really, really great. This is a fantastic platform to connect and to meet like-minded people. I am a success coach and an executive consultant, and the reason I am here is I sit quietly in the corner and listen, and now I get involved in some transactions. I have some of my friends here that I also met with earlier this morning. I think Mr. Ariane, is he here today? He was not so well, so maybe he's not here. But it's a wonderful place to network and build strong business relationships. If any of you need a team, an executive consulting team that can assist you in any of the 8 critical areas in business to improve the critical performance of either your concern or your supply chain, please contact me. I will put my details in the chat for you to connect. If you do not have my contact details yet, it'll be great to work together with you. That'll be fantastic. Or if you are here because you need to apply for funding, but you do not have an instrument of negotiation. It's very, very important. You cannot take a lady out for a dinner and rock up with a t-shirt and a broken pair of shoes. She's going to send you home. Isn't that true, Dr. Haider? You cannot come to an investor with a few shoddy pieces of paper. They're going to say, well, it was nice meeting you, but try the guy down the road. So my team can assist you with the business plan that you need, the instrument for negotiation to get you investment. So talk to me if you need that or if you need to perform better and optimize your performance. Thank you, Dr. Haider. It's always so good to have an opportunity to say something here on your platform. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Glad to see you. Thank you so much. Thanks for speaking. We have some of our good friends, partners, we have Susan Gong from Altec Global. Altec is one of the largest and one of the toppest immigration consulting company in Canada, helping thousands of people from all around the world, fulfilling their dreams of migrating into Canada in different categories. And Susan is just listening today, and one of these days, one of our team member will be speaking in next June, and they have a tremendous amount of programs. As you know, Canada has decided to bring 1.3 million people from all around the world in next 2 years. So this is the time for many people that want to migrate into Canada in different categories, and Altec Global would be very pleased to cater to them, to help them. So anyone interested, please let us know. We can connect you to Altec Global and Susan's organization to help you getting into business. That's very interesting programs going on right now, and it's Canada will be continuing taking more and more migrants because they need a lot of people here to as a student, as workers, as specialists, and so on and so on. So please feel free. And finally, I definitely need to hear from my friend Eric. Are you here? He's from London. How is the weather in London, Eric?
Hello, good afternoon, or good morning, good evening for everyone. Good to be here, actually. We had a very hot week, probably hotter than actually in Africa or anywhere in India. Something like almost 40 degrees. It was on Monday and Tuesday. Now it's finally a bit cooler, so we are happy about that. Anyway, pleasure, let's to see you.
We can't hear you very clearly.
Okay, someone was unmuted. Pleasure to see you here. Pleasure, let's say, to see that the business is progressing. On our side, it's similar. We are also progressing with some webinars, like next week we organize something for West Africa, specifically for Ghana and Nigeria, basically on project finance. And again, just a couple of words about myself. I'm Eric Tomaszewski. I'm the managing director of Itoma Lux. We are based out of London with a couple of satellite offices in Morocco, Nigeria, and India. And basically, we are looking into project finance for property developers, and then secondly, anything around agriculture and energy. So that's basically where we are. We are working as a 15-people team currently here in London. And again, there are obviously certain areas that we cover together with Business Summit. I think we organized a couple of other events together. I think that was last year for some of the partners, especially from Bangladesh and India, if I remember well, with Business Summit. So again, I'm looking to speak with anyone who's actually, let's say, looking after countries in West Africa, India, Bangladesh, and have projects in infrastructure and property development, because that's basically what we are doing, with an added layer of marketing through digital solutions like augmented and virtual reality, and sales to help maximize off-plan sales, off-plan takeoff of the projects. So that's a couple of words about myself. Again, business is going well. We are just closing a deal in US, to be honest. So we've been engaged on this deal on the retainer for the last 4 months, and now basically that's gonna be, not going into the details of the client, a 50 million revolver. So basically that's what we are looking at for the oil and gas company with some green element into it. So the business has really taken off, let's say this year, finally, when the pandemic is over, and we are very, very happy about that. Anyway, thank you very much for having me here, and well, pleasure to see you and seeing that business summit has really taken off. Like you know, this element of lobbying, that was quite new. That's the first time I've heard about that. Obviously, you know, we've been working quite a lot before, but that's something that is definitely of interest in certain geographies. So thank you, and well, it's good to be here.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Eric. It has been a pleasure having a friend like you, and nice to hear the updates. It has been a while that we didn't talk to each other, but we will be talking shortly on different other projects as well. This is up and running and waiting for your attention as well, for our attention as well. So we'll be getting engaged in the coming week together. Between, thank you so much for joining and speaking. I have a friend who has been in touch with me for the last few days from Georgetown Chamber, from Guyana, Mr. Monish Chatterpal. Do you want to say something? You are the gentleman from Southern America and Guyana, so we would be very happy to hear you 1 minute, and because we want to close this session right immediately after you speak, as soon as possible.
Yes, Mr. Uzzaman. Did I get it right?
Yes.
Yes, I'm Monish. I'm speaking out of Georgetown, Guyana, and it's a pleasure to be here with you guys. And I am learning now, so I don't have much to say. It's about listening, learning. But I have a few projects. Probably I will reach out to you in private. And I know the other guy, Abhishek, I don't know if I get that right as well. And I will reach out to both of you, and we can see how we can move forward with that. I appreciate it, my friend.
Thank you very much. Thank you. We have very keen interest in Guyana, and we have a lot of investors as well. So we are looking for multiple projects in Guyana at the moment. So looking forward. Thank you very much for joining, Mr. Monish, and we'll look forward to hear from you. Between this, we are planning to hold our next summit, in-person summit in Eastern Africa, because we did it in Asia, in Malaysia, in Thailand in 2017, 18, and 19, and we did in North America last year in Toronto. Now we would like to give a mark with multiple requests from our friend from Africa, and I feel that Tanzania or Kenya is a great place to host or hold our next summit. But Kenya is having an election this year. As such, we decided we are planning to hold it in Dar es Salaam in Tanzania. So that's a good news that we would like to declare today, that and the possible date is on the 18th of November in Tanzania, in Dar es Salaam. We'll come back to you soon with the further information, and you will get to know how to participate, how to join, and all. So that's something we wanted to tell you. And we are also planning another summit somewhere in Europe, probably in Portugal as well. So come back to you on that as well. Thank you very much. I think we don't have any more questions from anyone else at this point of time. If you have, please feel free to contact us anytime. My team will be very glad to help you and get you the results you are desiring. We believe in results. We don't believe in any long talk, tall talk, and sweet talks and so on. So we believe in results. So let's create results together, joining all our hands together. How is it? Good. Super. Thank you. I look forward to see you. Our next summit, Mr. Avi, can you declare our next webinar? When is it?
Yes, Dr. Haider. Thank you again, everyone, for coming. Our next webinar is next month on the 27th of August, which is the last Saturday of the month. This is our monthly webinar that we want to do, where we want to hear from you. So please invite your friend and invite someone that you know who is looking for help, for financial help for their company. And let's work together, and together let's create success. Thank you so much. Up to you, Dr. Haider.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, my team, and look forward. I think I'm done. So thank you once again for joining, and look forward to work together and bring these efforts into results as soon as possible. Let's make it happen. Let's do it. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a nice weekend. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Dr. Haider, and everyone. Good night.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Yeah.